On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time now, I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the AFC East Roundtable. It is Friday, the day before game day, the biggest game of the week, the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. This game is so important for both teams. We are about to discuss the game, everything that you need to know, the ins, the outs, the ups, and the downs. And I have my homie with me today to help me represent from none other than Red, White, and Bills. Shout out to Sean. What's up, homie?
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to wake up tomorrow and get a dub. That's all I'm going to say.
You're already starting the misinformation, huh? Listen, man, it's going to be a good game. I can't wait to discuss this with you because I have a lot of questions I want to ask you because the Dolphins are going into territory that we're not used to. We're going to break all that down and more. We're going to get to that in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do, we want to give a special shout out to our sponsor of this show, which is Mojo. Everybody, we've talked about this so many times. Go download the Mojo app now. You have an opportunity with the link in the description of the video, but also the QR code is being placed on the screen. You can get your camera, put it up to the QR code, and go ahead and download Mojo Sports. All right. Now, within Mojo, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins has some players worth investing in, and so does the Buffalo Bills. We're going to get to that in just one moment. But before we do, again, that QR code is right in your face on the screen. You can only invest if you're in the state of New Jersey, but that doesn't mean you can't download the app. Just like me, I'm in Florida. I can't invest, but at least I can look at the stocks, see what's going up, what's going down. And then if you use the QR code or the link in the description of the video, it will let Mojo Sports know that the AFC East Roundtable sent you. And that is always a good thing, because a lot of people say, hey, I wish I could donate, but I can't. Hey, I wish I could hit the like button, but I don't have hands, which is a lie. But this is a way that you could do it by downloading that app. And that way you can go ahead and see where people put their money, because the truth always tends to lie where people put their money. Now, speaking of Mojo Sports, me and Sean, we were talking backstage, and I said, man, tell me somebody that's young on the team that you would invest in their long-term future. And Sean came up with James Cook. Why did you pick James Cook, Sean?
So James Cook, second round pick. We drafted him because he's a receiving back, and he's got a quick burst. And we've seen that, basically every other game so far in the last few weeks, because Bills fans know they don't really give these rookies a lot of opportunities when they should be getting them. James Cook got 20 touches the week before, got over 100 all-purpose yards. Last week he got 4. And we've seen when he got more workload, he produced well for this team. And I want to say we're going to bring Singletary back next year, but I have a good feeling that we're going to let him go, venture off and get more money, and then roll with Nyheim Hines and James Cook. And I probably could see James Cook being the starting back next year if we don't bring Singletary back. But again, we got to utilize James Cook more in the receiving game. We've seen his bursts in the run game. He can run inside, outside, toss, anything. And I love what this kid does. And I know Bills fans are aggravated as much as me why we're not using him more. So that's why I had to go with James Cook.
So James Cook is the guy that you would actually look at the long term,
right,
if you wanted to invest in him, right?
Absolutely.
Now the interesting thing is, who's the starting back now? You said
Singletary.
All right, let me put Devin Singletary right now at about $9.57, and he's been crashing. He was over $10. That's interesting. So the way that I look at it sometimes from a long-term perspective, if Cook was just over $4 and he may presume the role in the future, I like the way that you're thinking, because that means his stock has a huge opportunity to get up there where Singletary's was, and that's double your money right there, man.
Absolutely.
That's double your money right there. Good luck on that one, man. Good luck on that one. I want to shift gears and go over to the Miami Dolphins real quick. And I just have to keep my eye on one kid in particular, which is Jalen Waddle, ladies and gentlemen. Stock has been falling a little bit, and his highest point was at $19.12. And right now he's running at about $16.60. So he hasn't even been at his peak and he was a rookie. He was a rookie, ladies and gentlemen, when he peaked at 19, and this is his second year. And I'm telling you guys, this is the guy you want to invest in on the Dolphins. Why? Because his upside is massive. Right now, he's been playing all season with nicks and knacks and little banged up bruises, and that's why his stock hasn't continued to go up. But you can bet on him to get healthy, after this season and continue where he left off. And even though he's not healthy, he's still producing top level numbers. So at the end of the day, Jalen Waddle is my pick for long-term investment that I will put in if I were in Jersey for Mojo. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mojo, make sure that you download the app. All right. And the QR code, one last time, is going to be right here on the screen for you. All right. I'm going to leave it up there for about 15 seconds. It is right there on the screen. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, uh Sean's been talking some trash to me backstage about this game. He's feeling more confident than he ever has. So I had to bring a little dolphin help with
Oh,
me this time.
that's not fair.
Got the little dolphin pink on. You ready? We got the dolphin pink on. We're gonna win. I got baby girl with me hanging out. I love having her on stream. But Sean, it's 2 against 1 now, man. You're in trouble, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man.
So if you don't mind, can I start off by asking you some questions about this game?
100%. I'm ready.
You're in Buffalo, right?
I'm about 2 hours away. I'm in Utica, but it's similar weather to Buffalo.
So what's going on outside right now?
Well, I just spent the last 45 minutes shoveling slush, rain, snow, wintry mix. And I could tell you, I played football my whole life. I played in weather like this, and just standing out there shoveling, it's not a kind of weather you want to play in. The players will lie to you and say, "Oh, we love the elements. We love it." No, you don't. Not when your jersey starts weighing 10 pounds, when all the wet and ice is on you. You get smacked hard in the mouth by a linebacker, and you don't want to get up after because you're freezing. Yeah, this isn't and it's going to get worse, as the weekend goes. So, again, from my experience and playing football in it, I mean, rain was fine, rain was fun, but wintry mix, no, I'm staying away from that.
So, but that's for both teams, right?
Yeah. So I will say, obviously, we play in it more often, and it's going to be. I'm going to let everybody know now. Bills fans already know these kind of games are insanely frustrating because you're expecting Josh Allen to go off, the run game to start working, all this stuff to happen. But we have a quarterback that can throw in all the elements. However, we don't have receivers that can catch in all elements. They drop anything that goes near them in the weather. So, it stinks when you have the quarterback that can throw in it, but then when the ball is placed in your hands, when it's wet or snowy, they drop it. And, that's why I think this game is going to be very frustrating for both teams because we're expecting a high-flying game. But, I mean, I'm taking under no matter what it is because with the 7 inches to 8 inches of rain, 20-mile-an-hour winds, man, I mean, Josh could do it, but we all know little Tua's going to have a big problem when he comes down to Buffalo.
Little Tua? You mean Josh Allen's daddy? Why would you disrespect him like that?
Man, TD Fins and the D is for delusion. Come on, man.
Wow. Oh, Sean coming at me. Okay. Listen, man. What you just said makes me feel better in this game, though. You got the quarterback to throw through the elements, but you don't have the actual receivers to catch in the elements. That makes me feel real good and promising.
Yeah, well, I will say, let's go back to week 1 real quick. So people would say the Bills don't have a great offense, so why is everyone hyping them up? And at first I was like real defensive. I was like, what are you talking about? Gabe Davis is going to be an insanely good number 2. We saw McKenzie go off, blah, 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 right? But when I started thinking about it more, I'm like, we have Diggs, and then Gabe Davis isn't a proven number 2 yet. McKenzie's hit or miss. So do we really have anyone besides Josh and Diggs on the offense who's an elite player who you can rely on? And, no matter how good Josh is, if you're throwing the ball to somebody on 3rd down wide open and they drop it, that's all on the receiver because we've seen it. Bills fans seen it. Everybody's seen it, even in bad weather. Josh puts the ball on the money, they drop it. And, that's why I say we have receivers that aren't able to catch as well in the elements let's look at the last game with the Jets. Garrett Wilson didn't have a catching problem. Elijah Moore didn't have a catching problem. None of their players did. But us, we're dropping the ball every other time, and we're just like, oh, well, let's try to run the ball at least. But, I mean, Gabe Davis has the potential to be a phenomenal number 2, but he just hasn't been that for us yet. And with the addition of Cole Beasley, I think it'll allow Gabe Davis to step back in the number 3 role and then have the number 2 corners on Cole Beasley and then free up Gabe Davis on the boundary. So, again, this game, I don't really see that happening too much. But, if I'm your corners, we see X getting burnt left and right. So
what happened? See who?
I said we see X getting burnt left and right. So, I mean, I don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but this tomorrow night that stops. X will probably have 3 interceptions on Josh at the end of the day. Let me say this, man. You're making me mad. And let me tell you why you're making me mad. I could sit here and listen to you. Everything sounds good, but you're sitting here making Josh Allen sound like he's the like this great quarterback or something. I'm sorry, the kids home from school.
Oh, okay.
Hey, y'all come say hi.
Hello.
Say, let's go Dolphins.
Let's go Dolphins.
Yeah, 4 against 1.
I'm outnumbered.
Pajama day, how was it?
Good.
You ain't had pajama day. Don't say good. You just had Christmas day. All right, mommy wants y'all, okay?
Good. It's good to meet you guys.
Oh man. Now they just got home early release last day. But we got a super chat. Make sure you stock up on Twisted Tea for tomorrow. Wow. You know what that is, Sean?
I got a little bit of an idea.
Yeah, my wife makes some good Twisted Tea, man. She gets she gets grapefruit juice and then like this grapefruit liqueur, and it's like it tastes so good it don't even taste like alcohol. But then after one cup, you ask for another, and the first sip of the second one, you realize the first one was enough because you twisted.
Well, you might need 3 or 4 of them when you're watching Tua try to perform in this game on Saturday. So,
well, you might need the whole bottle when you see Josh Allen on the field. Okay. Listen. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna get back to Buffalo, but since you brought it up, let me say this about Tua first and foremost. Okay, I mean, now everybody know it ain't no secret. I've been going hard at Tua. I've only been going hard at Tua because I have my own personal belief about his long-term trajectory. But at the same token, here's the truth of the matter: Tua ain't no bum. Okay, I know he'll never be elite, but he ain't no bum. Has he had 2 back-to-back bum games? Yes, he has. But let me say this. Tua always has an opportunity to redeem himself. It's like he's the luckiest person ever. It's like, look at Zach Wilson. Your shot is done. Look at certain quarterbacks. Your shot is done. Tua always has an opportunity to redeem himself. And right now, he's 0 for 4 in my redemption category. But I believe this is the first time he's going to get that first win when it matters most. This is going to be the first win he gets when it matters most. And I got my issues with Tua, and I'm starting to believe we are going to win this game because the weather, in my opinion, takes away your biggest advantages. And I think that we can create a game plan that can end up winning this game. And as long as Tua doesn't turn the ball over or get hurt, or blow it and just play horrible, man, to me, all right, Tua, I'm proud of you. Let's go, man. Let me start having some hope in you. Let's put the past in the past. And I'm going to be honest, this is my last shot with Tua. And because I'm the hardest person on Tua, this is my last shot. I don't care if he win the rest of the games we go to the playoffs. This is pretty much going to be my last shot, okay? I need him to get this W, and I'm sorry, Sean. I think that he's about to get it, bro. Tell me why you think otherwise, because you talking reckless.
Well, I'm going to say it is nice that you have hope, because I really do feel bad for you and your fan base that you're stuck with a guy like Tua, because let's not pretend like you don't got him locked up for a couple more years. Like you always say, he's good enough to not be good enough, and he's never going to leave. He's going to have a couple years. He's going to have bum games like he just had the last couple weeks. And he's going to beat on the bums, and then he's just going to be a so-so quarterback for the rest of his career. But here's what I'm going to say.
Oh, wait. Before you say what you're going to say, you just reminded me of something. I have to throw this in there. Let's not act like Josh Allen had like 4 bum games back to back to back to back. Okay?
Well,
I mean, it wasn't like Tua's, but still, they were trash. They were trash enough.
But not trash enough to not get the dub. We're still number 1 in the AFC. We're still getting the job done. And let me just say something else. So last year, we were 0-6 in one-score games. Coming into this year, the big knock was all Buffalo can do is blow people out. Now we're 5-3 in one-score games, and now they're saying, why is Buffalo not blowing teams out? We're finding multiple ways to win. We're winning these close games when it comes down to the wire. And even if Josh isn't playing his best, he does enough when it counts, unlike Tua, to get the job done. So has he had a stretch of a little bit of off games for him? Of course. But the difference between them two, he's getting the win. Now you guys are falling down the standings, as it usually happens every year. And once we drop you to 8-6, then you got to worry about what the Jets and the Patriots are doing. And as a Bills fan, that's not fun to be watching who's winning, who's losing. it's really nice to be in the position that we're in, where we're at the top and we're just watching you guys scramble. But
Y'all
you know,
position,
back to the why I
position
think
is
we're going to win this game.
overrated, man. Overrated position.
So one thing I will say though about Tua, and Josh Allen mentioned it during his growth in the NFL. When the book is out on you, you basically got to flip to the next chapter. And the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 different game plans on Tua that he hasn't been able to perform well. And, you know, one of them was in a dome. One of them's in very nice weather. There was no weather elements to complain about. You have the 2 of the fastest receivers in the NFL. You know, you have one of the best left tackles in the league. And you got all this perfect scenarios around him, and he still couldn't perform. And what I'm saying is it takes more than a week to figure out what you're not good at and try to beat it the next week. So knowing Buffalo, they're going to try to, because of the weather, I think they'll stay in the same base nickel defense, but because it's going to be harder to throw the ball and to catch the ball. So they're going to basically say, run the ball. I dare you to beat us with the run. And again, if they're stupid enough when middle of the field starts working for Tua to not switch to press man, because we got Trey White and Kyrie Elam who are very good at press man coverage. And that's worked the last 2 weeks. So if they don't do that, when they start giving up the middle of the field, because you guys are, you know, throwing 2-yard slants, 5-yard slants to Waddle and Tua, that starts to work, you know, gets Tua in a rhythm. You got to be able to change your ways. But what works for you guys is our coaches are very stubborn. So if they want to stay in the nickel, they're just going to be like, you know what? We always do the nickel. Why change it now? You know,
I was just gonna say that. I feel like sometimes coaches get stubborn, and they're like, in Buffalo is good at this. They want to run their defense, and they know what they need to do to stop them, but they want to prove that they could do it in their style, and that works in our favor. You know, well, but that makes me wonder: is this weather going to affect passes?
Well, based off of what they're saying as of right now, I mean, we'll know closer to game time, but they're saying about 20-mile-an-hour winds and heavy snowfall during the game. So knowing that, it does affect the ball, and you know, the wind especially, because it's a wind tunnel in Buffalo. So, and if you look back at the Patriots-Bills game last year, it was like 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds though. But even normal short passes would just tail, and you know, you have to be very perfect with your passes. So I do think it's going to affect it. Might not be a lot of deep balls, but if by game time the wind isn't too much and then the snow isn't as heavy as what they're saying, then I can see people throwing the ball. But the ball's going to constantly be wet, and you know, I do think it's going to be hard to hold on to the ball. Ball security is going to be very important. We haven't fumbled the ball in a long time, but it's going to be whoever makes the first turnover. You know, it's going to be hard to come back after that with the weather. So.
Man, this is gonna be an interesting game. This is gonna be an interesting game. Weather elements, Josh Allen is trash elements, all type of different elements. All right, man. Listen, who gets up? Who get it? Well, let me go with the score. We're at halftime. What do you see?
Well, I'm gonna say it's a little bit similar to the Jets game last week for us. It's going to be very boring, very frustrating, and it's probably going to be maybe 7-3, 7-6, 6-6, like a very low scoring first half, because it's going to be your team not used to playing in weather like this, trying to deal with it and adjust as the game goes. And then, of course, unfortunately, I'm going to have to assume, based off of what we've seen this year, a lot of key drops, a lot of missed assignments. Our offensive line, if you guys really want to beat us, if you don't attack the right tackle and the right guard, who's now our starting right guard's out. So we have Greg Van Roten. The Jets fans know him pretty well. Trash. Spencer Brown, if you're a PFF guy, he's 77th out of 80 in PFF for right tackle. That means everyone's backup is better than him, and he's starting on our football team. And you've seen him get tossed around like a rag doll, spun like a turntable. This guy is awful. So, you know, you paid all this money in his draft capital for Bradley Chubb. This is where you see what he's all about, because Spencer Brown, people still defend him to this day, but he's been atrocious all season. They're like, oh, but he can run block, though. We're a passing team. He's not good. And then when you got Greg Van Roten at right guard, you guys will be able to definitely attack that. So
this is a Dolphin fans, you heard it. This is a Jalen Phillips. He needs to go off in this game. Here's his opportunity against a weaker opponent. We should see a lot of him, and Christian Wilkins attacking that guard. We should see a lot of that. That's interesting. Man, you're just making me feel more and more like we're gonna win. Keep
Well,
going.
that's why I'm giving you this stuff so you get that hope. So then when tomorrow I'm laying back, chilling, and we're getting the win, and you guys are like, "How are we gonna make the playoffs? How are we gonna do this?" I'm gonna be like, "Well,
I personally feel like one of us is gonna get blown out." And
I think it's gonna be like that.
I'm not talking about a high-powered offense. One of these teams is going to come out and just make mistake after mistake after mistake. It's going to be the muff kick. It's going to be the fumble on running the ball. It's going to be, and it's going to get bad quick,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. One of these teams is going to look so sloppy early on, and you go into halftime and be 24-7. And I'm not saying which one. Honestly, I'm just saying, you know how those games go.
Oh, yeah.
You know how those games go. It's just one team is like they can't catch a break. And even when they start coming back, oh, my gosh, like everything is going wrong. So I just think one of us is going to get that bug. And the weather elements are going to contribute to that.
Oh, it definitely will. And I already know we're going to come out on top. We're not going to make all those turnovers. It's going to be all to do that. But definitely it's that type of game where field position matters. So you better have your best catcher returning punts, returning kicks. If the guy's questionable, always let it go, because all it takes is one little touch of the ball, put one of the teams in great field position. All you got to do is get 20 yards instead of driving the length of the field. It's a game of inches in this kind of weather. So got to be careful with the ball.
What's your biggest concern in this game?
My biggest concern, honestly, it's obviously the right side of the offensive line, and then our coaches being stubborn and not watching the film for the last 2 weeks with San Francisco and the Chargers, and trying to at least add some of it in there. Because I know they're not going to just completely go away from the nickel defense, but you got to at least do something to disrupt Tua, especially he's already going to be disrupted anyway in the bad weather. But you got to at least, you've seen what happens on film. He's been struggling with this. I highly doubt he can actually fix that within a week. And probably, like, what, you guys have 2 days of practice this week? Because you got a short week and now you got to come to Buffalo today. So, I mean, you didn't have much practice time. So I highly doubt Tua's going to be able to change what he did in the last 2 weeks this week for Buffalo. This is going to be something where he's going to have to progress. It's going to take a long time. I mean, Josh Allen had his kinks too. He struggled with the Patriots. They were giving him man and zone look and disguising everything very well. It took him a while to get through that. And then the cover 2 beat him for a while, and then he beat that. So it's all about evolving when you're a quarterback. And can Tua do it? That's what we get this team.
This isn't the game to show that you can do it, because here's what bothers me. Even if Buffalo doesn't take the blueprint that works and they are in zone, which he's deadly at, I personally don't see the 20-yard chunks we've been getting all season in this kind of weather down the field, because that's a recipe for errant passes.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're throwing a dime, the weather causes it not to be.
Exactly.
So that's where it's like, man, it's weird. This whole game is weird. It's almost like everything is being forced within 10 yards, and your game plan has to be off of that and hope you can break something.
Exactly. And the other thing I'll say is too, like, Dolphins fans know it, Bills fans know it. You guys don't have a run game, even less than we do. So if you guys try to run on us in this weather, it's not going to work out. I mean, we shut down Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. I mean, who's Jeff Wilson compared to those?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to people what y'all did to Derrick Henry. Like, that
25
was
yards.
Then they got in him and Tannehill got benched in the third quarter.
Yep.
I get that. But at the same token, see, now you're bringing flashbacks to that game. I remember, because y'all had 2 and 3 people in the backfield on every freaking play. And I'm just thinking about our O-line. Now, to be fair, Tennessee's O-line is trash.
Yeah.
This year, but ours isn't good on that good either. And Armstead is struggling with an injury, but playing through it. That frustrates me. That is a frustrating part of this game. We're going to have to run. I think that we're going to take the approach of jet sweeps, bubble screens, but that's no good when you got press man. If y'all run it,
Yeah. A lot of
um,
ifs.
tosses to the outside. I think that's what we'll do a lot of. But you know, my biggest fear in this game for the Dolphins,
What's that?
Tua getting hurt, because Matt Milano has been freaking that little bum. He the second guy I hate. Cole
Italian
Beasley
stallion,
number one.
baby.
But I am worried about it. The only thing that makes me feel good about it, I just don't see us dialing up plays that'll take the time to go downfield for those type of hits to occur, if that makes sense.
Right.
In a standard game, but and I hope, because you know how some teams will go in a game like this. Like, look at the Patriots game last year where they ran the ball and they only threw it twice or something, right?
Yeah.
Y'all actually threw the ball a lot more than you should have. And y'all were a perfect example of trying to punch through the weather, and it cost you the game. You lost. Josh Allen was like 50% completion. He wasn't terrible. It's just that you can't be throwing in the weather like that.
Yeah. There was that goes back to what I was saying. Like, he threw the ball really well considering, and there was the wind near the end. The receivers would lose the ball and then it would shift on them, and they just.
So that's why I'm like,
perfectly said.
Like, if you're a real Dolphin fan, if you notice this year, I feel like there is going to be a stubbornness in our coach Mike McDaniel to where he still is trying to push the ball in some cases down the field, doing what worked early on. And that concerns me. Like, what the Patriots did, I don't think any coach would do, but it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Run the ball the whole game and throw it twice. And they just waited on that crease and they broke one. And they waited on that crease and they broke, and I just don't know if our coach has that level of patience. I don't think he likes boring games. I think he is going to dial up play actions, and even if it's a heave up in the air, and rely on our receivers to locate and try to find it. And that kind of concerns me. Or it could be a perfect situation and it works. But I just feel like we might be I just hope it's not a recipe for disaster, because if we do that, then you have Milano and those delayed blitzes coming in on Tua. Because what a lot of people aren't talking about, I've been, crossing my fingers with Tua. At the end of the day, I believe like he's going to get a fourth year to prove his value, which is, I ain't even going to knock that, to be honest with you. I think that's a good thing to do. But one more injury and that's it.
Yeah.
One more injury for Tua, and how could you keep going? You miss a few. No, how could you? And this is the game where I feel like we need to run the ball, dink and dunk, so that he doesn't take those hits that Milano was giving Mike White, because Tua would not have been back in that game. I just don't believe it. Those are some nasty hits, but legal. So that's my thought. Well, let me say this about Buffalo real quick. Cole Beasley, I didn't know y'all signed him until 2 days ago, and they said it. And I was shocked. When exactly did you sign him?
It was when you found out about it that couple days ago. But he was in he messaged Bean actually after the Thanksgiving game and was like, "Where do we stand? Like, are you okay with possibly me coming back?" Because he kind of left on bad terms. He kind of disrespected the fan base. Was pretty vocal about his anger towards the team. And
what did he say?
He was just, because a lot of, not me, but he was very open about his anti-vax stance. And a lot of fans were sending him hateful stuff in his DMs, talking bad about his family. You know how it goes. Like, they're just attacking this man. And
he did nothing wrong. Okay.
Right. So when he left, he kind of just was like, middle finger to you guys, like whatever. And then, he came back, and I'm welcoming him with open arms, because I know you like scripture. My favorite one is forgive others like God has forgiven you. So Beasley, people may have thought you did something wrong, which you didn't, but everyone should be forgiving you. You're a great piece of this team. You and Josh were, two peas in a pod, and he's so good at just getting open. Like that's what we're missing this year is we don't have a valuable slot receiver. Like McKenzie's just ugh. So Crowder got hurt. Crowder was supposed to be a guy who could, be a great slot for us. He got hurt. McKenzie, I like McKenzie a lot, but he's just not that guy for me personally. And now that you got Cole back, I anticipate him playing this week, and I actually anticipate him also making a big impact in this game because, with Diggs, Beasley, you even work at Hines a little bit. I mean, it's the recipe for first downs.
Listen, I hate that bum.
A lot of people
and you
do,
know what? I'll give him respect, and I'm gonna be brief so I can get off of it because I hate that bum. That bum there, boy, he make you mad because he good. That little bum make you mad because I can't stand that boy. He is right under Josh Allen with people I can't stand. I can't stand that little bum because he makes you pay.
Oh yeah,
he makes you that. Oh, that bum is a bum. Oh, I can't stand Cole Beasley.
You're gonna hate him even more this weekend.
Every time, it don't matter if it's good. Oh my God! All they do is use them in crossing routes. Oh my gosh!
Just dotting you up, man.
That bum be bailing Josh Allen out. Oh, I can't stand him. And when I found out, like I was actually happy when y'all got rid of him. I was like, yeah, them idiots. And when I found out this week that little bum was back, I was like, right before our game, it had to be that way.
They knew.
Oh my gosh, he's just a pest.
Hey, he's the best kind of pest for me, man. I mean,
yes, I know. See, and that's what I be talking about. That's the type of people. Those are dogs. See, Cole Beasley is a dog to me because he going full speed. He working hard. He gritty, grindy, taking the hits. He fits it, man. Oh,
he played that playoff game last year with a broken fibula.
Man, I ain't even know that.
Yep, he did.
That guy, man. See, those are dogs, man. Not all these pretty boys and all that. Those are dogs. That's why I can't stand that bum. And, man, I hope that, boy, he better not have an impact on this game because I'm going to be heated.
Hey, he's going to, man.
I am going to be heated. Well, we'll see, man. Hopefully that chemistry is a little rusty. And we'll see how that ends up working out, man.
I mean,
all right, man. Real quick, we want to take a brief intermission. What happened?
I said like I said, I'm glad you have hope, but I mean, hope only gets you so far, man.
Well, here you go. All right, man. Let's take a brief intermission and recognize another one of our sponsors, Prize Picks. I wanted to bring up Prize Picks because they have some huge opportunity. I know a lot of people have already signed up for Prize Picks, but right now they're running the 12 days of Xmas, Christmas. And listen, man, I ain't gonna let y'all pass this up. Y'all better take advantage of it. If you've already downloaded Prize Picks, I haven't. Oh no, well, anybody. If you've downloaded Prize Picks, you need to go into the app and take advantage. I mean, you're getting free plays and everything. Like last night, the second day of Christmas was $20 protected. So whatever bet you made for $20, if you lost, they gave you your $20 back. Like, come on. And a $20 bet is winning you $500 if you do a 6 pick. So now they have on the third day of Xmas, they have the boosted boosts, okay, for flex play. What does that mean? So let me show y'all real quick because I already put me an NBA in for the night. Yeah, I'm a Prize Picks junkie now. It's pretty my wife even loves it. Just having fun. Man, hold on. Here we go. So let me go to my entries. So this is my one for tonight, right? Usually $20 would win you 500 because it's 20 times, but right now they're doing the third day of Xmas. They've increased all flex bets. So the 6 pays out 30 times instead of 20 times. If you get 5 out of the 6 right instead of 2 times, they're giving you 3 times your money. And if you get 4 out of the 6 right, you don't get 40% anymore. They're giving you half your money back just in case you lose. And I keep telling y'all, this is what I love about Prize Picks the most. You put the money in, and when you place the bet, even if you don't get them all right, you still have an opportunity to win. So take advantage, man. I hope I hit all 6 for the 600. If not, I'll take the $60. That's still 3 times my money. So right now, if you sign up, you'll be able to go into Prize Picks and take advantage of the 12 days of Xmas and take advantage of all the promotions that they have. I lost mine last night, but I still got the $20 back. So I can only imagine each day how good it's going to get. So download Prize Picks now. The link is in the description. And also use code AFC East. Okay? Use code AFC East. All right. That way you can also get 100% deposit match up to $100. All right. AFC East. And also download the app. Go play around. Even if you don't put money in, download it, play around. See if you would have won. See if you can have fun that way as well. But above all, I'm just glad a lot of y'all winning a lot of money right before Christmas time on Prize Picks because y'all sending me the screenshots. Y'all winning more than me. And I done won some money. Y'all see, y'all. Let me put it up. Y'all done seen my winnings in the last 2 months. Y'all see my winnings in the last 2 months. So I've won 101 picks one way or the other, even if I got one wrong or 2 wrong. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm stacking up. I've been stacking up. So a few withdrawals, you know. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, got the wife on the screen. Sorry, y'all. All right. Anywho, hit that like button as well. We've been live. We got over 250 people rocking with us right now. We only got 95 likes, so make sure that you punch that like button. Punch that like button. All right. All right. So, Sean, real quick, Josh Allen, give me his stat line for Sunday.
All right. So before I give stat lines, I'm just going to say it's going to be a low-scoring game. But Josh Allen's going to go 18 for 25, 219 passing yards.
219?
Yep, 2 touchdowns.
So we got the under on Josh Allen. How much does he run for?
That's the thing. And that's why I do want to mention that too, because in the bad weather especially, you want to get your mobile quarterback involved because he's going to have the advantage running because if there's a bunch of snow on the ground, you don't know which way he's going to go. It's just harder to make a tackle in the snow when you're trying to make, especially tackle a guy like Josh Allen. So I think he's going to have probably 60, 70 rushing yards.
60, 70?
60 to 70, yeah.
Okay, I got to go over on the rushing. Interceptions.
0.
Is that because you're being a homer?
No, it's just I already got a feeling of how the game's going to go. So that's a big fat 0.
Are you sure?
100%. I know you want it to be over, but we all know the truth.
We'll see. We know you being a homer right now. All right. Passing touchdowns.
He's gonna have 2.
Dang, he gonna get 2 in this game?
Yeah.
In this low scoring game?
Oh yeah.
All right. So let me ask you, out of those 3 bets, which one is the most secure one?
I'm gonna again. This is all because we don't know exactly what the weather's gonna be like Saturday, but based off of what they've been saying, this is where I'm giving my stats from. But I'm gonna probably say the rushing yards is gonna be the most guaranteed lock, if I had to guess based off of what I know now.
Right, rushing yards. I like that one. I actually like that one. All right, let me do this. Who goes off tomorrow? What impact player goes off tomorrow?
I mean, you're gonna hate it.
Oh, here we go. That bum.
No, I can see Beasley having a big day, but I think it's got to be. What's been frustrating me the most is Diggs not getting as many targets as he should be getting, because you got to get your best player the ball. I don't care if he's double covered. He can make catches. He can make contested catches. He got 5 targets last week. You got to give a guy like Diggs at least 8 to 10 targets a game. So I can see Diggs having a big day because you got to feed your best player. So I think Diggs and Beasley or Knox for me. I mean, it all depends on how much playing time they give Beasley, but someone like Beasley or Knox has to step up in this kind of game.
Who does it?
I mean, I got to say Diggs for sure. I mean, he's a top 3 receiver for a reason. So Diggs would be my go-to.
Is he top 3?
Oh, yeah.
Trash. All right.
You
So
already know he is.
how many yards is he gonna get?
65, if I had to guess.
65 yards.
Yeah. This is all just, weather
His
dependent as well.
So his line is at basically 69 and a half.
Yeah, I can see that.
How many receptions will he get?
Let's say 7.
In a weather game?
He's gonna be eating up X, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. Here we
You
go
could try to
again.
put that bum Kohu on him. None of that's gonna work. So
7 receptions. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna see how that works out. Now, what about James Cook? You think he's gonna be active in this game?
yeah, actually I do, because like I said, the last few weeks it seems he gets a lot of touches, then he gets very little touches, then he gets a lot of touches, and last week he only had 4. So I could see him getting the ball more in this game, whether it's receptions or running the ball actually. So I can see him having a pretty decent game. What's that? Only 22 rush yards? Oh, I'd put the over on that.
No, I got oh yeah, you're right. 22. That's a good over.
Yeah, I definitely put the over for that one.
Okay. All right. Now let me go to Miami real quick. Let me put me something in for the Dolphins. All right. So, man, this is a tough game right here, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, what the weather is today could definitely change tomorrow. So, I mean, who really knows?
All right. I'm going over 6 receptions for Tyreek. Even if they're dink and dunk, we're still going to be trying to get him the ball as always. Tua's passing yards, I'm going under because it's a raining game. Snowy game and stuff. I just don't see like the explosion, and it's not a bad thing, people. It's just the game plan should not be conducive to him getting over 235. Outside of that, man, they didn't even really put our running backs up in here, but I would have to go Waddle over 4.5 receptions. Because again, the dink and dunks is what's going to have to take place. So we got Josh Allen over, we got Stephon Diggs over, we got Cooks over, Tyreek over, Tua under, and Waddle over. Okay,
I like that.
Look at that. The 6 correct doesn't pay 20 times. They boosted it to 27.5. The 5 times is 2 times your money, and the 4 times is 4 times. So putting, let me even say you put $10 on that, that's $275 you can win. And I like these picks. We're gonna keep track and see how those picks go, and see if we win. But yeah, I like those picks for both teams, especially with the conditions and how things are formulated. Also, if you want the link to Prize Picks, it's pinned at the top of the chat. The link to Prize Picks is pinned at the top of the chat. So you could download it now and take advantage of the 12 days of Xmas, because these are huge boosts, free plays. Like I said, I bet a $20 bet last night. I didn't win, and they gave it back. So you got all of these promotions, and they're getting better and better every day. So I can only imagine next week what they're going to look like. So take advantage now. The link is in the description of the video, and it's also right there pinned in the chat. And go ahead and have some fun. And if you win, please, IG, Twitter, send me a screenshot like most of you do of your winnings. All right. I'm not sure when they're going to come to Connecticut. They are in most of the country, but I'm not sure when they're coming to Connecticut. All right. Sorry about that. But yes, everybody else, take advantage of it. Have fun. Let them know that the AFCE sent you by clicking on that link. It automatically means that we sent you, and it helps us on this channel do bigger and better things. But beyond that, beyond us getting credit for it, it's pretty dope though. And I think a lot of y'all have already realized that. It's been pretty fun playing. So take advantage of the 12 days of Xmas. Now, even when Christmas is over, right? Let me give y'all a little secret about Prize Picks. Take advantage of Taco Tuesdays. There's always a player or two that they drop. Like, say, LeBron, they got at 25 points. They might drop him to 15. We know he going to get that. So they're like free picks almost, you know. Sometimes they got promotions. Damian Lillard, half of a point. They had last week with Herbert, half of a yard, automatic win. First play of the game, he got that. So Taco Tuesdays are legit. And also Flex Friday, I think. No, Friday. Protected Friday or something it's called. So a Friday afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, if you do place a bet up to $20 on Fridays, it's protected. Okay, so place one on Friday, $20, you go big, and if you win, you win. If you lose, they give you the $20 back the next day. So I kind of be working the system around when they have all the promotions because they're every week a few times. So take advantage of it. Make your first deposit. The minimum deposit is only $10. But whatever you want to start out with, they'll match it up to 100%, up to $100. So good luck. Take advantage. How many promos they got? Plenty. I'm telling you, right now the promo is the 12 Days of Xmas, and it's insane the different props that you get. But anyway, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for downloading Prize Picks and enjoying it. All right, so back to the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. I want to go ahead and ask you now, what is your prediction, your final prediction for this game?
Well, again, based off of what I know now with the weather, I think it's going to be very low scoring. I'm going to say 19-13 Buffalo.
19-13 Buffalo.
Field goal safety. 2 touchdowns, field goal safety.
Well, bro, why you got to be disrespectful like that?
You're going to get pinned deep in the end zone. Bad snap. Tua's going to try to make a play happen. He's going to get leveled. Safety. There you go. 19.
Just ridiculous, y'all. I think that this game, Tua throws for about 215, and it's highly efficient. He only throws the ball about 18 times. He probably completes it about 14 times. Tua will have no rushing yards in this game because the box will be stacked all game because it's a running game. Tyreek Hill will go off, probably put up 110 yards from bubble screens, different things. We will throw some heave ups deep, and he'll track them down and make a play. And I think that the Dolphins are going to shock the world because we are the underdogs and y'all should win this game. I'm going to tell you now. We're going to shock everybody, and we're going to win this game, and we're going to win it with a score of 23-17.
I don't know if you really believe that, though, TD.
I do. Why wouldn't I? 23-17, and what's most impressive about it, we'll be doing it on the road.
And we'll see. I mean, last 2 weeks on the road haven't been good to you. I mean, I'm not gonna bet out against the Bills this time for sure. If I'm a betting person out there that's not a Bills fan, definitely not betting on the Dolphins. That's all I'm saying.
He said, "Stop lying, TD. Stop lying to these people, man." How about y'all put y'all score predictions right now in the comment section? Let us know what you think the final score is going to be. We're going to put them up on the screen. Let us know what you think this final score is going to be. And
I would love for a better game scoring wise, but I just can't. Based off of what we know now, I just can't say it's going to be a high scoring game. I mean, it'd be nice to, but I think it's going to be a frustrating, boring, gritty kind of game.
So we got a Bills
victory,
another Bills victory. That'll give me a heart attack right there.
Oh God! Don't get me
started. The whole game is just like nerve wracking. Look at these scores. A lot of Bills coming through. A lot of Bills coming through. There we go. 24-17, 23-10. Ooh, imagine that happening. Something like that happening, boy. I'm getting lit. I'm going crazy.
Well, it did happen a couple years ago the opposite way when Tua was going against the backups. But
oh my gosh,
I mean, history repeats itself, apparently.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You are right. You are right. 3 years ago, we were playing y'all backups and we got blown out Oh, that just reminds me of the early tour, man.
I got to open up the wounds.
Oh my gosh. Paul said 28-7. That's what's up. I'm just skipping all the Buffalo ones, putting some Dolphins up because it's so
We all know
uneven.
that, man. We all know.
Bills 26-6. Bills is AFC champs.
That's right, baby. That's how it's going to be.
I love it, Barney. Now, real quick, before I want y'all to do me a favor. Go ahead and put questions in the comment section. If you have any questions in the comment section, go ahead and place them in there now. Let me move this out the way. Yeah, for either of us, if you have a question, make sure that you put it in the comment section now. We're going to answer a few of your questions. And also, if you are a Patreon member, you don't have long. You need to take advantage of it now. The link is in the Patreon if you want to come on, chop it up for a little, because we don't have too much more time. But the link is being posted right now. Okay? You are a Patreon member. You can hit that link that is in the Patreon right now, okay? And that's any tier. Any tier.
I do want to ask you, TD, how do you feel about your genius head coach with those I wish it was colder t-shirts?
Hey man, we wish it was colder. Ain't nothing to us. Y'all the ones come to Miami, complain about the heat. We're not complaining. We're gonna go up there, get this W, and show y'all how it don't matter the weather.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we all remember Nick Sirianni last year. He made shirts in his rookie year coach instead beat Dallas. They got beat 56-10. I mean, proven head coaches don't really do stuff like that. So I think it's gonna end up he's gonna not know what hits him. He's gonna be on the sideline like, oh, Tua help me. I don't know what to do.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be too cold. He doesn't understand.
Now you're insulting us. Wow. All right, we got some questions. Who will be Miami's key player to help us win other than Tua? Tyreek. That's it. Tyreek. He has to do miracles again. He has to do miracles, man. It's that simple. It's been him all year. Okay? Is Milano getting suspended for hurting Tua? Wow. Well, we're not going to wish injuries on anyone. And at the end of the day, Milano, at least all the hits that I've seen him make have been legal, in my opinion. Okay. Does Tua bounce back? Yes, he does. And if he doesn't, it's just bad, man.
The only thing bouncing is going to be him hitting the ground, bouncing back up to get bounced down again. That's all it's going to be bouncing during the game Saturday. Ain't no bounce back for Tua.
Y'all scared of Tua. Y'all scared if he unleashed the beast.
Oh, God.
Will Tua complete a pass that goes more than 3 yards past the line of scrimmage? Y'all are some haters. Yes, he will. Can Bills even play in the snow? Bills beat?
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's games you lose in the snow, but we've won playoff games in bad weather. We've won bad games in snow, rain. It doesn't happen, it doesn't snow like this too often, but once January hits and late December in Buffalo, here's what it's important for you guys, because Baltimore gets bad weather, Kansas City gets bad weather. There's a lot of teams you're going to be playing if you make the playoffs that will have bad weather. So
we'll see, man. I just think that this is going to be interesting because Buffalo don't play well in weather games either. This is what people need to understand. So we're not going to sit here and make it seem like it's an advantage for Buffalo. Dud Finn suck with the donation. Oh, man. TD, can you please be more animated for the impending Master at Work video? Last one was gold.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
Y'all crazy. First of all, it ain't animated. That's just my real reactions. And I don't care about Master Work videos. Screw him. Always trying to put us on blast, man. But no, that's the homie. He does a good job. He captures my real moments, my raw moments, but I just enjoy my games and give my real reaction. If I didn't have a camera on, that's how I am. Matter of fact, it's probably dialed down a little. Sometimes I come to consciousness of I'm on camera, because I'm the type of person that I make a real effort in my life not to use profanity. And, I ain't perfect. I have my slips in there, but I make it a point in my life not to use profanity because, honestly, I feel like it's unnecessary because I have words in my vocabulary to substitute them. But I'm sorry if I wasn't on camera, I'd be repenting as much as I can because I'm telling y'all. But anywho, I'm just saying. So I actually try to dial it down when I can realize sometimes. So, yeah. But no, whatever, man. Anyway, next up, what should Dolphins game plan be to beat Bills as a Bills fan? I say you take the middle away from Tua, force him to throw outside, should be a good one. You're right as a Bills fan, but I'm going to flip this on Sean. You know your team, Sean. If we did have a chance to beat y'all, what should we do?
I mean, you're definitely going to have to be able to run the ball. That's first and foremost. I mean, we had have games.
Knowing what we can do, what do we do?
I mean, again, if we stick to being stubborn, you got to attack the middle of the field. I know Edmonds is great and Milano's great in coverage, but when you got guys like Hill and Waddle, I mean, speed kills. That's the saying. So if we continue to be stubborn and let you have the middle of the field, let you have those crossers, let you have those quick slants, that's going to be an easy way to beat us. And then, I mean, I don't see anybody like killing it over the top this game, but you got to be patient. Dink and dunk until you get down close. And then we're going to have to make you make a mistake. And that's what we'll probably bank on is we'll let them get their yards. But then one of these times, Tua's going to overthrow it. It's going to bounce off one of their hands. Or Waddle's going to fumble like he's had a history of doing fumbling in key moments of games. I mean, I don't want to bring up too many wounds, TD, but that's basically what they'll bank on. They'll give you the yards. You got to be able to be patient and then not make a mistake.
I'm going to tell you now, you leave the middle of the field open, which is a dumb mistake by your D coordinator. His pride must have gotten in the way.
Yep.
You're going to lose. You're going to lose. And I ain't going to lie, like, teams shocked me with the Dolphins. When we played the Lions, how trash can you be continuing to stay in the same defense? And every time somebody catch the ball, there ain't a defender within 8 feet.
Yep.
The same thing with the Browns. Same thing with the Bears. I'm like, how dumb can these D coordinators be? Like, run man coverage and get beat. You be like, this is this thing in football that kills me. Every team be running these zones and getting toasted. I'd be like, run man coverage. No, TD, if you run man, they could get beat. They get beat in zone. You're like, Garrett, like, here's the thing about man coverage. Even if you get beat, you are closer than the zone windows that, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
A guy can catch a ball in the middle of the zone, and it's a guy 7 feet over there, 7 feet over there, 7 feet behind him. In man coverage, you might get beat by 2 feet. But you know what has to happen in man coverage? The line got to give enough time because it ain't there right away because that's where you're closest. The receiver got to run a perfect route, and that's not even easy, especially if you get physical. The timing gets disrupted. The quarterback has to throw a perfect ball. They can't throw it behind a little, and that's the thing in zone. Even if it's not accurate and you throw it too high or you throw it too low or you throw it behind them, they can adjust. They can jump. They can go down and get it. In man coverage, you throw it behind, now the defender can make a play. You throw it too far ahead, you got to dive for it, and you stop right there. You throw it too high, you go up to catch it, they can jar it out, or you tackle right away. Everything has to be perfect in man coverage typically, unless it's a go route and you hit them in stride, but that even has to be perfect, and you have safety help. But these teams, it's like for the life of me, I'd rather you play man coverage, and I say this for my own team, play the freaking man coverage, and if you get beat, you get beat. Because it's 5 things that got to be perfect on the offense for the play to work. But in zone coverage, you're making it easy. There's 100%. Windows everywhere. I don't understand it. Just my philosophy. It kills me. and I've been telling Dolphin fans this for the longest. You play zone against Miami, we look like the best thing on turf, and that's why I don't get impressed. And they be like, oh, you're diminishing how great we are. No, I'm not impressed in this. Watch when we play a man team. That'll tell me what we really are. And as soon as we play a man team like we did last week, it ain't bad. It ain't less. It's abysmal. Everything I said showed up. The line didn't block on this one. They got you. The receiver didn't run a perfect route. They got you. The receiver got bumped and disrupted the timing. They got you. The quarterback threw a pass that should have been caught in zone, but in man, the guy was there to bat it down. They got you. This is why I tell people, stop judging quarterbacks when things are perfect. Judge them when they get tough. Judge them in defenses and things of that nature where it's tough. That's where you judge guys off of. I don't understand these evaluations in perfect situations. Makes no sense. And not to mention, I didn't even mention drop passes. Man coverage, those happen too. You got somebody right there scare you. All of that stuff. But anyway, man, moving on. Matthew Smith says since 2020, the Bills are 9-1 in December, plus 5 turnover differential, plus 140 point differential. They can definitely play in the cold weather. Well, you know what? Well, you know what, Matthew? We about to dig into them stats a little bit. They about to be 9-2. They about to be 0 turnover differential.
Oh, man.
We getting 5, and they about to be at least about 120 point differential because we at least gonna win by 20. We gonna bring them. We gonna put a dent in them stats, a little dent in them. All right, we'll see how it goes. Hit that like button, y'all. Any more questions y'all have for us? Put it in the comment section right now. All right. But listen, I will say this. As a realist, the Dolphins aren't supposed to win this game. But also as a realist, there are many ways that we can. And it's just going to depend on both teams. Number one, y'all defensive philosophy in this game is going to be everything. Will they be stubborn? Or will they do what they know would work against this offense? Remember, you lost the last game. And yeah, that may be because your defense wasn't healthy. And Josh Allen played like trash, by the way. But yeah, he did. He should have won the game twice. He threw it in the dirt. He trashed.
Over 400 passing yards.
He threw it in the dirt. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he did. He lost that game by that pass alone, but he definitely didn't play like trash. I mean, we had over 500 yards of total offense. So
guess what? You came down to one play. If you threw it in the dirt in the flat, you were trash.
Right.
Nope.
That's
I don't
true.
like that bum. Him and Cole Beasley. They're gonna drop everything. Hope so. Anyway, King Dolphin with the donation said if Dolphins were to somehow blow out Bills by 20 plus, should the Bills sell the franchise out of complete embarrassment? It's Tua time. Well, they should have been sold the franchise because they ain't never winning the Super Bowl. They ain't never winning the Super Bowl. That's going to be a lie. Alexander Winkins said Buffalo will win the game by the same score of the 1993 AFC Championship game between these two. Someone look it up. Marino's worst game ever, by the way. Why you got to look it up? You could have just threw us a bone and put the score in there.
Another guy that's never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he should have probably played for Buffalo then. It would have fit. It would have fit right in for y'all. Listen, I love Marino. He's the greatest quarterback to never win a Super Bowl, but I'm not one of these delusional Dolphin fans that immortalizes him. First of all, and this is where Dolphin fans get mad at me, and I can care less because it's a fact. He didn't get the job done. At the end of the day, you didn't get the job done.
All that matters is that Marty, man.
We love you for being a great, but you didn't get the job done. I'm looking for the person to get the job done. I don't care if it's Tua. He'll be immortalized in my brain forever. You go win a Super Bowl, Tua. I'm the biggest Tua near tomorrow there is if you go win a Super Bowl. I don't care what I said. No, you used to rag on Tua. Keep the same energy. Nope. Make me. Matter of fact, let's fight. Oh, man. Try Hard said, will Sanders play a factor? Ooh, I ain't think about that. Will Sanders play a factor in this game, and how do you think he has performed so far, and are we keeping him after the season? Let's talk about both our kickers real quick, bro. We got a good kicker, and this man has not been a good kicker this year, and we don't know why. We don't know why. I mean, he's hitting a few lately, but like he's missed something that we're like, what's going on, Sanders? And it could become a huge factor with wind in this type of game. How do y'all feel about y'all kicker?
Oh man, Bass, he's just incredible.
Never mind. He in my fantasy. I should already know.
Any condition, this guy, we got a great holder, great long snapper. Because that's another big thing is like it could be why your kicker's not doing so well. Is the snap has to be perfect, the hold has to be perfect, and a lot of people overlook long snappers and holders, but that stuff matters. Like you wouldn't even believe if it's just a half a centimeter off on the hold or a split second too slow on the snap. It could change the trajectory of a kick. So, but our special teams unit is solid. Bass, he missed a couple of them were blocked, the ones he missed, but he made a couple. One of them from 49 last week in the heavy rain and the ball was wet. I mean, this guy's he can cut through anything. So, if Bass is kicking the ball, I can already guarantee he's going in. So, Buffalo has no worries about their kicker, but I know this year you guys have a little bit of worries about Sanders, but I mean, it could just be the holders a little bit. I haven't watched him like that under that microscope.
Mm-hmm.
You guys would have to tell me that, but it could be long snapper issues, holding issues, or he could just be falling off a little bit. I mean, a lot of things that go into it.
Man, I will give y'all the advantage going into this situation this weekend because I don't know what's up with Sanders, but hopefully it may come down to the kickers, man. We all know that. James said Bills by a billion, Buffalo Fanatics. Buffalo Fanatics? Okay. All right. Listen, man, we're about to wrap it up, but before we do wrap it up, man, Sean, thank you so much for coming through, homie. Before you go, we let everybody know where they can find you. And the link to his channel, by the way, guys, is going to be in the comment section right now. I'm about to drop it. All right. Red, White, and Bills. Go check him out. He provides his own content. So I just dropped the link to his video in the comment section. Click on it. Go subscribe. Show the homie love. He's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. Always give me a hard time. So I know y'all gonna love that, even though he delusional, just like y'all Bills fans. And I don't know why he don't realize Josh Allen trash, but that's neither here nor there. But go subscribe to him, Dolphins fans. If you want to mess with him sometime, go subscribe to him as well. But yes, man, he provides great content. Make sure y'all go check the homie out. Let him know about you, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate that, TD. And, coming from the king of delusion, I take a little bit of pride in hearing that I'm delusional as well. But, I mean, every fan base is welcome. We did start a weekly pick segment with Nando Talk. You guys are probably familiar with Nando. He's a Finns YouTuber. We started a weekly pick segment. So I think it's a cool dynamic. You got two different fan bases going at weekly picks. So that's pretty fun. Pre-games, post-games. I often do my pre-games and post-games with Nickel City Mafia, another Bills creator, and Go Bills podcast. We like to do pre-game and post-game together, but because of my business and my work schedule, sometimes I do it on my own. But we do pre-game, post-game, and then sometimes, breaking news. But yeah, come give me a subscribe. Again, if you want to come in and talk your stuff, more than welcome. I love it. It's what football is all about. It's what rivalries are all about. So everybody's welcome, and I truly appreciate you letting me on, TD. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, homie. Appreciate you spending this hour 15 minutes with us, man. Providing great content for our viewers. And listen, man. Hopefully I can have you back. Maybe I'll have you on my show when y'all take a L because our people would love to see the excuses that you make. So
Perfect.
Please be available. I think like 25 more people just joined your channel. I just noticed, man. Salute to everybody that went over.
Thank you so much.
Showed the homie some love. Because he's a great guy, man. Don't let the delusion of him liking Buffalo get to you. He's actually a great guy as well. All right. I rocks with him for sure, man. But thank you so much. Thank you all for viewing. Thank you all for watching. Patreon members, none of y'all really came through. I think 2 of y'all came backstage and just left right away. Salute to all the Patreon members. Salute to all the members of the channel. Shout out to everybody who watches the channel and hits the like button on a consistent basis, showing love. And again, make sure you go download the Prize Picks apps and get in on this 12 days of Xmas. And make sure that you go watch that stock market with Mojo, man. That way you can keep track of those players, whose stock is up, whose stock is down, all right? Thank you, Sean, once again. Fins by 50. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We about to get this W. I will see y'all Saturday night. I'll be streaming on my channel. What are you doing Saturday night, Sean?
Oh, I'm just going to be kicking back, watching the game. Actually, my in-laws are here from Brazil. I don't know if I already mentioned that. So
Nice.
they're going to be watching the Bills game too. They're Bills fans. You know, they don't really have that much American football over there, but they'll be watching the Bills with me. Father-in-law's going to be wearing a Bills jersey. My wife's going to be wearing a Bills jersey. It's going to be a great time. And we're just going to be kicking back, watching the dub. And then I'll be texting you. I'll be sending you memes and, you know, talking crap all night. So,
well, I'm sorry to hear that you're going to be having a depressing Saturday night. So, but enjoy it with your family. And it's the most important thing, spending time with the fam. Love y'all.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you again, Sean. We will see y'all next time. Love y'all so much. And thank y'all for making the AFC East Roundtable one of the fastest growing, exciting channels out here on YouTube. We thank y'all so much, man. We continue to break numbers. We've been sitting here live even today, and we've added over like 30 subs just from this stream alone. We are currently at 6,650 something. It's going crazy, man. We're almost at 7K. So let's go ahead and let other people know. Let the Bills fans, Jets fans, Patriots fans, and Dolphin fans that you know that we exist over here on the Roundtable. Peace. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We are out. Peace. Josh Allen is trash. Cole Beasley is trash.